Let's have a look at Manchester United's top 5 according to Sam, and say to Ali Moreno, what do you reckon to that order?
Mommy. Luke Shaw, injured. Lisandro Martinez, injured. Often injured. And they're high in this list. Marcus Rashford, I think we're living in whatever he did last season, not what he's doing this season. And so, look, there are multiple issues with Manchester United that have nothing to do with Sam's list. But as it pertains to Sam's list, look, I can understand and sympathize with the fact that it's hard to find players high in this list for Manchester United because they've been horrendous. And so to that point, I say, Sam, good luck, but you're the one that brought this on yourself. You've taken on this responsibility. It's a thankless task. But I can only tell you, Marcus Rashford is too high. Luke Shaw and Lisandro Martinez, all too high. Because as I said before about Chelsea, if you're not playing, you're not a valuable player.
Okay. Let's before we get Sam's response, Sam, you've got Varane at 6, Mason Mount at 7, Højlund at 8, Onana at 9, and Dalot at 10. Those are the 5 that just missed out on your top 5. What was your thinking behind this, and what do you make to the prosecution's argument, Mr. Moreno?
So Manchester United was the toughest one.
Okay.
Because half of them are injured and they've been awful.
Yeah.
So again, you try to widen your parameters a little bit. You try to go back to the methodology, which is overall, this player, how good is he? And try to take out as many factors as possible if you need to. And in this situation, you need to, because if you were to rank all of these Man United players based on how well they've played this season, they're all joint 15th, but Bruno's top, because it just hasn't been very good. So you kind of take a step away and you go, okay, overall, let's take an overall glance. Who are the best players at this club? And okay, Rashford's had a bit of a terrible time of it this season, but if you can say, well, look, Man United have been quite poor this season, and that's why, then you have to apply that argument fairly to almost everybody, take that step back again and say, okay, Rashford, I think he's the second best player at the club overall when everyone's playing at their best level. Bruno's clearly first. I'm sure none of you are going to be disagreeing with that one. And I think the importance of Luke Shaw and Lisandro Martinez, particularly on the ball on that left side, and the way Man United play and cut through teams on the ball in possession with them and then struggle to do without them, I think has a massive factor. And I think it gives them a lot of value in this kind of list. I wanted to put Casemiro higher, but like a lot of people, I'm a little bit concerned, just a little bit concerned off the back of this early season stumble and what it means for him. But I still felt that his pedigree, he deserves to be 5th.
Okay.
May I say something,
Sure.
Mark? I hear Sam talking about his methodology, and I cannot help but think about Shaka Hislop and his algorithm when he puts together the power rankings on a weekly basis. It's the same thing. He goes back to methodology.
Lottery balls.
And we're just changing it as he goes, depending on what team. And so this mysterious methodology or this mysterious algorithm that Shaka uses just spits out information that changes depending on the team. And quite frankly, it's hard to find a consistent pattern here.
Of course it's hard, because all of these teams are in different scenarios. Two of these teams have brand new managers and have almost brand new squads that they're playing with. Some of these teams are underperforming. Some of these teams are doing great. It's really hard to judge them by consistent parameters. So you have to try and be fair across the squad and across all the players in that team and try to find a way to judge them all fairly amongst their peers. But I'm afraid that the methodology that I use for Tottenham is not going to be the same methodology for Arsenal. It's not going to work because they're in completely different scenarios, aren't they? One has a brand new manager. One's been playing great for 2 years.